good morning or afternoon or evening. I'm very happy to be here with my brother Jamal, here on this special program, Issues of the Heart. And I really want to thank my brother for the good work that I see that's already taking place here in his studio, and the progress and providing another avenue for people to come and share their thoughts and ideas, and especially from the heart. So I first must say I'm very happy to be present, and I wish my brother and his family well. Um, First of all, my name is Brother Amon Muhammad. I am the Durham representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Um, I have been in the city of Durham representing him since actually 10 years to this day. And but Reidsville, Eden, Rockingham County, this is my home. So I'm very happy to be here. Also, I guess it would be like a homecoming, I guess I would say. So I'm happy to be here um, as well, to be home and to have the opportunity to share some information about the 22nd anniversary of Black Family Day that has been taking place in downtown Reidsville, um, in some form or another. We've been there over the last 22 years, as I mentioned, sometimes in the early years on the street, and since Market Square, which is a downtown amphitheater, if you will, where different events and things take place. We've been there since since it's been built. Um, we were actually the first non-city affiliated um, participants in Market Square. So that has been our home, as at the time of this um, service that we are participating in now. We're scheduled to be there Saturday, September 15th. At this time, we are looking, possibly, depending on which way this hurricane may go, at some alternative dates. But I would encourage you to visit our website, blackfamilyday.org. Also, we have a very active page on Facebook, and a lot of information that is posted daily. So if you could, listeners, please go there, and you can subscribe to the page, or at the website blackfamilyday.org you can join our email list so that you can receive updates. I'd have to say, because my brother's already said, just say what's on your mind, which you know, of course. Some of you I may know, and you may know me. I may say anything at any time, but I try to always come from the heart, and I do my very best to be honest. And I want to say to anyone who's listening, regardless to what ethnicity you may be, what color you may consider yourself, what your faith expression may be, this is an event that we came up with to introduce 22 years ago, because we felt that our people did not have enough places and venues to express ourselves in a positive way, in a cultural way, in a spiritual way, and also in an educational way. And when I say educational way, I'm talking about learning more about the nature of our people, the history of our people, and just to have a chance to fellowship together in an area that we have put together, and that people would have a chance to not have to worry about any security matters, even down to uh, the food and different food vendors that we've had over the years. Um, some of us may not have any dietary restrictions, but myself and my family and those who I'm responsible for, who are Muslims, and other Muslims in other communities, and those who consider themselves Hebrews, and even people who are just for other reasons, maybe even health reasons, decided that they won't eat any pork or pork byproducts. So we've had a 22-year stretch of people that can come to an event and don't have to worry about eating any food that would violate their dietary law. So even little things like that, it's always good to offer people that otherwise may not even be considered a way to enjoy themselves. And my family, going to different events, and our children are almost grown now, but at that time, being very young, anything that we would go to, we'd have to watch them real close to make sure they didn't get this, or no, you don't eat that, you might get sick and don't know why. And so we wanted to really create an environment that took everything into consideration, and that's what we've tried to do over these last 22 years, to create an environment that we could feel secure, that we could feel free, we could feel like have a good time, but at the same time learning something the entire day. So one could anticipate dance, African dance, all different genres of music, from hip hop to R&B to gospel to reggae. We really have had it all, and hope to continue to do so. Also spoken word, and then we've had of course different speakers, or what may be going on at that time, current events. So there's always plenty going on, and we can't leave out the games and bounce houses and potato sack races, or clowns. That last year was the first year that we had a clown, and so that ended up being different and fun, and jokes, and clown playing tricks on people and pranks. So it's just a good day, a wonderful day. And it is more important now, even more so than it was then, in my judgment, that we as a people become more aggressive in taking charge of our destiny and how we want our future to be. But I have to say, and of course I'm biased, that it is a good step in the right direction, because for many, not all, but for many, it forces a lot of us out of our comfort zone in who we will deal with and who we won't deal with. And the condition of our people necessitates today that we don't be so concerned about the affiliation of the person before you necessarily work with them or talk with them, or what member church you from, or are you Baptist, Methodist, are you Holiness, are you a Muslim, are you Hebrew, are you Hebrew Israelite, are you a Moor? See, these things, we got to get past it. It doesn't mean you have to change your faith expression, but those who continue to keep their foot on our neck Never interview us before they attack or persecute and ask us the same questions that we ask each other. Not concerned. That bullet is reserved for us. That beating is reserved for us. That mortgage denial, that business loan denial is reserved for us. So, since everybody else looks at us as one people, maybe we should start looking at each other as one people. And we have to make that decision. So, this is, we don't expect that we can solve all of our problems with this particular event, but it is a demonstration of something that if we can do that for a day or two, coming together, putting aside all of our labels, putting aside different ways we may feel about how we want to express our spirituality, putting that to the side, things that we may suffer from, even as a people, we may not look at it like that, but even classism. If you have more money than me, I'm better than you. This is foolishness. So if we can at least push that to the side so that no matter what your income status may be, it does not make you more or less valuable to the Creator. So these are the type of things that we try to deal with in that day, and maybe subtle ways, but doing our very best to do away with distinctions and just leave it to looking at us. And I would say one more thing, Brother Jamal, if time permits, that over the years we've had many of our people who have demonstrated concern about black, and why black, and what about others. And one of the things that, and anybody who has attended can bear me witness, in these 22 years we have never had a Black Family Day that everybody was not present. Asians, those whom you may call Hispanic or Latino, but really are black. We've had everybody, Native Americans we've had, and many whites or Caucasians, what name you may use, every year have attended. There's never been a year that they have not come, participated, had a good time, even have written reviews, contributed, donations. And people don't give any money to anything that they don't feel is a good cause. But this has happened every year, and I'm as sure as I'm sitting here, the same thing will happen this year. But we sometimes are a little bit more concerned about what other people think than being concerned with what we should think. And for the few people who express some negative thought about it, that's your right, that's your choice. You are free to do so. But it's unfortunate sometimes to see your own people be more concerned about what other people think than themselves. And those people who may not even consider themselves black, whenever I speak to them directly, or sometimes they write us letters, one of the things that they always want to know, that I think those of you in the listening audience should know, is why don't your people, why y'all can't get together more? I mean, now I have to tell you this because they don't understand it. Why is it like this? Why do you? Why do they do that? So I just had to share that so you would know that sometimes what you think people think of you is not necessarily so. And you need to get out and experience things and experience life and meet some other folk and have some other conversations. Those who think like that, I know the majority don't think like that. But for those of us who still think you can experience the world from your computer or your mobile device, it's another reality out here. And you will find that there's a world waiting on you if we would stand up, unite, pool our resources, begin to do things like this program, and then support it, even if you don't understand all of the details and subtle nuances, and if you're not even an expert in media, then maybe back up a little bit off your criticism and hang around and ask a question or two, and you may learn something. So we have to stop being so critical of each other and begin to shift our minds, begin to shift our how we do things, and begin to look at ourselves as one people, because we are, and begin to move accordingly. And the more we do that, then the less the effect of what some may call Trumpism may have on you. You know, President Trump did not start all of this, but he's certainly, in the way he's moving, manifesting in people what was already in their heart. So just accept that. Just accept that many people are acting a certain kind of way because they always felt that way. But now they feel like they have the freedom to express what their hearts already felt. So you can spend a lot of time trying to change people's hearts, or you can spend some time finding ways to unite with your own people and begin to do something positive for yourself. So brother, I thank you for allowing us this time, and we hope now that we see and have learned more about this platform that you've established, I hope that in the future we'll be able to come and share more thoughts and ideas with yourself and or anybody else that you think would be beneficial. But know that we're rooting for you and are at your service, and pray that God blesses you. And again, those of you who are watching or listening, please visit www.blackfamilyday.org, or if you're on Facebook, just type in Black Family Day and I'm sure we'll pop right up. And also those of you who may be on Instagram, it's also, you can type in Black Family Day in your search and we'll come right up. And find a way through those mediums, please, to submit your contact information that we can stay in touch with you and keep you abreast of that day and other events that we may do throughout the year. But as long as God gives me breath and life, no matter where we may be in this country or what city we may be in, I hope to always have something or some presence here in Reidsville and the Rockingham County area to make sure that we stay in touch. So again, brother, I thank you and God bless.